In the beginning of the drama, we are shown a time 1500 years ago where a war was going on between two kingdoms, Gaia and Scylla, because the Scylla kingdom believed that the Gaia kingdom was treacherous. Just then, we are shown the main lead of this drama, whose name is Doha, who is very cruel. After brutally killing everyone, he moves towards the general, and then finally kills him by shooting an arrow saying, "Announce everywhere that the Scylla kingdom has won," meaning, from today, Gaia is also ours. Then he enters the Gaia kingdom's general's house and captures his entire family. Only the general's daughter survives because she was hiding in the basement. Hearing the screams of her family from below, she cries a lot. Then in the next scene, gathering the people of the Gaia kingdom, Doha tells them, "Everyone, watch this scene up close, because you too will be killed in the same way if you do not follow our orders." Hawa, standing in the crowd, also hears this. Just then, Doha kills Hawa's family in front of everyone. Then Hawa sees the condition of her entire house, where there was only blood everywhere, and then looking at the entire Gaia kingdom, she vows, "I will definitely take revenge for my family's death." Then Hawa tried many times to kill Doha, but she could never kill him, so she chose the path of love, and then finally, after trapping Doha in her love, she killed him. But here, we are shown a very strange scene where Doha's body is lying on the ground, and his soul was watching all this in shock. Hawa stands in one place and looks at Doha's body, and then Doha's soul says, "No matter where you go or hide in this world, I will find you." By the way, it seems as if Hawa is also very heartbroken after doing all this, and then she falls into the water. After this, we see the present time in 2023, where Hawa's name is no longer Hawa but Rita, who is a firefighter because this is her rebirth, but she doesn't remember anything about her past. She just often has bad dreams. During duty time, Rita has come to a place with her team to extinguish a fire and save people, but they couldn't see anyone inside. While outside, two people were saying that there is a man in a suit who is homeless, and he often sleeps in this building. So Rita, after carefully listening to some sound, comes near a door, breaks it, and then goes inside, where she finally finds that homeless man. There was also a dog there, and the whole team brings both of them outside. The man is given oxygen. Then Rita tries to save the dog, because everyone thought the dog was dead. But Rita, after much effort, finally saves the dog. Then that homeless man becomes very happy and thanks Rita from his heart. Then everyone claps for Rita, because this was not the first time Rita always saves people like magic. After which, all the news channels now report about Rita's bravery. Later, coming to her locker, she looks at her dad's photo and says, "Dad, I know that you helped me this time too. You're the best, so please keep supporting me like this in the future." Actually, Rita's dad is not in this world, and she misses him a lot. Then we see a metro scene where Rita was so tired from overworking that she started sleeping while standing. That's why a lady made her sit on her seat. But here, Rita mistakenly rested her head on a monk's shoulder in her sleep. Just then, he felt a spirit. So he looks around carefully, but he doesn't see anyone. Then, when the stop arrives, the monk gives Rita her mobile, telling her, "You forgot this on the seat." So Rita thanks him. The monk asks, "By the way, have we met somewhere before? Because you look familiar." Hearing this, Rita points towards the TV and starts to explain, "You must have seen me there." Then he says, "Oh, I see. You are the famous brave firefighter girl. Sorry, I couldn't recognize you properly." Then Rita says, "It's okay." And after thanking him for the mobile again, she starts to leave from there. The monk also starts to leave, but then stops after seeing something. And as soon as he looks up, he sees a spirit, which always stays with Rita. Then he remembers his childhood. How after seeing the spirit, he had quickly run to his guru to tell him everything. Actually, this monk had also met Rita in his childhood. Because of her spirit, he was terribly scared even at that time. Then his guru had explained to him, "This is a very, very powerful spirit, one that you will never be able to face. Therefore, if this girl ever meets you again in the future, stay away from her." In the next scene, we are shown a person saving a small child from a fire. Just then the scene cuts, and we find out that all this was just a shoot. This person's name is Junho, who is a very famous actor, and he looks exactly like Doha. He seems quite childish in appearance, so he bothers the children by calling them heavy so that the shooting can be stopped, because he didn't feel like shooting at all today. Then the director gets very angry, and Junho's manager apologizes to him. Then his manager comes to Junho and scolds him a lot, but Junho doesn't listen to him at all, saying, "Didn't I tell you before that becoming a firefighter is not for me? Anyway, today I have a date with my girlfriend, Yesiol, which I will not be able to skip at all." And then he sits there and starts talking to his girlfriend, who is coming to pick up Junho. When she arrives, Junho runs to her and says, "You look absolutely gorgeous today." In the next scene, we are shown Junho's big brother, Minho, who is the CEO of a very big company. He has prepared a whole team to remove all the bad comments and posts against Junho because he loves his brother very much and cares about his reputation. After which, we are now shown Junho, who teases another actor named Tai because he is not very famous, which makes Tai very angry. He tells him, "I am going to do the next drama with Yeseol." Hearing this, Junho gets very angry, thinking, "Why hasn't my girlfriend told me this yet?" Therefore, he gets very angry sitting in the car. The manager happily says, "Is she going to break up with you?" Then Junho says, "No, that can never happen." On the other side, Rita met the same man she had saved from the fire, who gives his card to Rita saying, "You saved my life and my dog's life, so I want to thank you. Please come and meet me at this address once." On the other side, we are shown Junho with Yeseol, who are both celebrating their 300-day anniversary. Yeseol tells him, "By the way, you are the first person I have dated for a full 300 days. Then, she kisses Junho. The next morning, we are shown Junho's manager coming to pick him up from outside his house in a hurry because he was very late today. But he sees Junho sleeping, with a note written by Yeseol stuck on his head, in which it was written that she is breaking up with Junho. Seeing this, the manager is surprised. Then he hides that note. Then he takes Junho to the hospital, where his brother Minho is also very worried about him. But Junho says, "I am perfectly fine now, so you two don't worry about me." And you know what? Let me tell you both the biggest thing. I am Yeseol's first boyfriend who has been with her for a full 300 days. Hearing this, the manager says nothing, but coming outside, he tells Minho the whole truth that Yeseol has broken up with Junho, but Junho doesn't know this yet. So at first, Minho is also shocked to know this, meaning he gets very angry at Yeseol, but then says that Junho must not find out about this at any cost until tomorrow's shoot is completed. In the next scene, we are shown Rita's office, where she is told that there is a TV ad made on Rita's story, whose hero is superstar Junho. That's why Rita is also invited to the premiere tomorrow. Hearing this, she becomes very happy. Next, we are shown the shooting location, where everyone is interviewing Junho. Then Rita also comes there and gets excited to see Junho face to face for the first time, because she is also a fan of Junho. After a while, Rita is also invited on stage, where Junho saves Rita from falling, which makes this moment a special moment for Rita. Then they both start posing for all the media people, where Junho was helping Rita on how to pose on all three sides, and now Rita teaches Junho how to give CPR, because the actor has asked her to do so, and everyone is taking photos of it. After the media leaves, Junho starts calling Yeseol, because she was not answering any of his calls. That's why Junho was getting frustrated, but unaware of this, Rita asked, "Are you okay?" I mean, there is one last point that you should also learn. Junho yells, "Why are you irritating me?" Upon which Rita is surprised to see such bad behavior from Junho, thinking, he is so rude. He only pretends to be nice in front of the camera. On the other side, we are shown Junho's brother Minho with the doctor, where the doctor says that Junho's cancer has worsened and now there is no chance of him getting better. Hearing this, Minho was completely shocked, thinking, no, this can't be happening. The doctor further says that Junho has very few days left, so it would be good if you let him do whatever he wants to do and let him be with all the people he wants to be with. And there, Junho, who was still not able to talk to Yeseol even after non-stop calls, starts to go to meet her. But then suddenly something happened to him, due to which he faints right there, and now, because the car was started, it starts moving towards the water with the horn blaring, due to which everyone notices the car including Rita, who at first doesn't understand anything. But as soon as she sees Junho is unconscious, Rita starts running. And from behind, the manager was also calling out to Junho, but suddenly, the car falls into the water and sinks. Rita also goes into the water after him to save Junho, but as soon as she comes near the car to open the door, it doesn't open because it was locked. So she came to the other side and started trying to break the window, which she finally managed to do after a lot of effort and pulls Junho out, who was still unconscious. So she pushes his body upwards, but because her own leg got stuck, she has a lot of trouble. Because she had been in the water for a long time, so her breath starts to stop and then she faints right there. That's why her body also starts to go deeper, when suddenly Doha's soul enters. And as soon as he kissed Rita, we are shown scenes from the past once again of how they were together before. That's why Rita finally regains consciousness here, after which she immediately comes up. But when she saw Junho, who was not regaining consciousness and the manager was also in a very bad condition, that's why Rita starts screaming and telling Junho to wake up, saying, "You can't die like this." Then, Junho is taken to the hospital, where he is brought back to consciousness with electric shocks, but it's of no use. The doctor declares him dead. Rita also prays to God for some miracle to heal Junho, Then Rita, seeing all this, faints. When Junho's body is being taken away, his hand touches Rita's hand, and that shadow of the spirit enters Junho's body, the one that was with Rita from the start, meaning the 1500-year-old soul of Doha has entered Junho, due to which all the marks on his body disappear, and he gets up and starts looking for Rita because he wants to kill her, because Rita had cheated and killed Doha. That's why he wants to take revenge on her. Then Doha comes to Rita's room in the hospital, and inside, Rita was once again having nightmares related to the past. But as soon as she opens her eyes, Doha was in front of her, who asks, "Are you okay? Because I was scared that you might have died." Rita is surprised to see Doha, so as she was getting up, he directly hugs her, saying, "I missed you so much." And then here he remembers the old times when some people were after him, so he had hidden in a place with Rita, who was not letting him go anywhere, for fear of losing him. Then Doha reassures Rita that he will definitely come back, and then kisses Rita very lovingly and starts to leave. Then Rita says from behind him, "I love you," hearing which he becomes very happy that Rita has finally proposed to him. But as soon as he turned, Rita directly kills Doha, which was a very big deal for Doha that he was killed by his lover. And then he reveals that he was cursed, so since then he has been following Rita, meaning generation after generation. Whenever Rita was born, he has been with her. Whether it was her second birth or 10th or 13th, his soul has been around her. And this curse will now be fulfilled only when I kill her and complete my revenge. Until now, I didn't have a body, so I couldn't end the curse, but now I have a body. And then in the present, he picks up a knife and says, "That's enough. Today, I will end everything." So just as he is about to kill Rita, he is thrown far away, because in this life, Rita has a shield over her that protects her. Doha doesn't understand how this happened. Rita says in surprise, "How are you here? I remember clearly that you were dead. This means miracles really happen." And then comes and hugs Doha happily, saying, "Thank you so much, Junho, for coming back. I am so happy to see you alive." Doha says in a scary way, "Are you really happy to see me alive? Think about it, lest you regret it later." Then Rita says, "What kind of things are you saying? Did you get a head injury?" Then he, looking at the knife, started to say, "I am not the person you think I am, but it's okay. I won't give you much pain." And just as he was about to attack again, Rita touches his forehead, saying, "Do you have a fever?" Seeing this, Doha was so shocked that even the knife fell, because the old Rita used to do the same whenever she was worried about Doha. And now the present Rita is doing the same, so suddenly something happens to Doha and then he faints right there. In the next scene, Junho's brother's manager comes and tells him that everyone is discussing how Junho has come back to life. So Minho became very happy, saying, "If this has really happened, then it is a miracle." The next day, Doha, while searching for Rita, comes to the same room where he had come last night, but he doesn't find Rita here because she has been left. So he comes to the terrace and, watching Rita leave, says, "Now no one can save you from me." Then his manager was taking him along, but in the lift, his eyes fall on a poster in which it was written, "Junho Top Star." Then Doha understands that he is in the body of a celebrity. In the next scene, Tai and Yeseol are talking, where Yeseol says that Junho's elder brother, Minho, is behind leaking all your information because he has also blackmailed me by sending me those photos in which I am clearly seen dating someone else, with the warning that if I don't shoot the historical drama with his brother, he will make these photos viral. Hearing these things, Tai gets even angrier. In the next scene, we see Doha in the van with a knife, who is taking the manager to Rita's address. The manager asks, "By the way, why do you want to meet that girl?" Hearing this, Doha directly grabs the manager's throat, saying, "Don't you dare talk nonsense in front of me, because I am an expert in taking people's lives. If you want to live, don't talk to me like this again." So the manager gets terribly shocked. Then we are shown Rita. There is a bell at her door. When Rita looks, she sees Doha, so she comes outside to check if superstar Junho really came here. Just then, we see Doha behind Rita, who attacks Rita once again, saying, "Today I will not spare her at any cost." But as soon as he attacks, he is thrown far away again, due to Rita's protection shield. Rita turns hearing the noise and asks, "Mr. Junho, how are you here? Are you okay?" But Doha's mind was still on the fact, why am I not able to kill her? Rita, in the course of conversation, notices the injury on Doha's hand, so she moves forward to look at it, but he stops her right there. Then Junho's manager calls his brother there after telling him about his condition. So Minho messages Rita, "Are you with Junho? I am his brother." Rita is surprised to read this, thinking, how did they get my number? Just then, Doha directly snatches Rita's mobile from her, saying, "Finally, your eyes are on me." Hearing this, Rita remembered what she had said to Junho that day, the same lines. So she says, "Oh, I see. So you have come here to take revenge on me for what I said that day." Hearing this, Doha directly throws Rita's mobile on the ground and breaks it. Rita says, "I tried so hard to save your life, so much that I myself was about to drown and die, and you are behaving like this with me. So don't meet me again." Then we see Minho with Rita, who tells Rita everything about his brother's illness because he feels that all these changes in his brother are due to trauma. Believing these words, Rita says, "It's okay. I can understand that Mr. Junho is in pain at this time, so I will not file a police report against him, because many years ago, I also went through such depression." Then Minho thanks Rita. In the next scene, we see Rita, who is thinking about Junho, wondering if he even reached home safely. She thinks, "I didn't know he was in so much trouble," and then starts remembering her childhood, how she used to draw pictures of the man she saw. That's why her teacher scolded her and called her to talk, and then she told everything, that Rita is very scared of someone who keeps following her. Then Dad couldn't understand anything, because Rita here meant Doha's soul. But now, in the present, she doesn't have that problem. And there, Doha, who is sitting in the room looking at the script, just then he read a line. A monk gave the princess a talisman for her protection. Reading this, he directly remembered the time when the same metro monk had given Rita his talisman in childhood so that she could sleep peacefully. Then Doha, in anger, came in front of the little monk and scared him very badly, due to which he ran away from there. That's why in the present, after understanding everything, Doha says, this means Rita still has that talisman which is protecting her. So he stands up and says, now if I want to kill Rita, first I have to snatch that talisman from her. Only then I will be able to complete my revenge. In the next scene, we are shown the old times when Rita comes outside Doha's house. Doha is sleeping in his room when he suddenly realizes that someone is coming, so he takes his position. Then when Rita attacks him, he easily escapes from her and also stabs Rita in the shoulder. But seeing her, he thinks, this is the same girl, so he asks who sent you here. Then she tells him that her parents, whom he killed. From outside, Doha's servants ask if everything is okay inside, so he says yes, and then he makes Rita unconscious. In the morning, it is shown that Rita was locked in the room, near whom Doha places a sword and clothes and says you have two options, either die at my hands or give your life another chance. Then Rita says, there is no need to impress me with your words. I know you are going to kill me, so don't delay and kill me. Then Doha says that if I had to kill you, I would have killed you last night. But now, if I am giving you a choice, then accept it as a second chance in life. Then Rita, after thinking a lot, chooses the clothes. In the next scene, Doha asks his brother for a favor, to please bring Rita to today's event. After that, we now see the premiere event, where the entire cast of the historical drama was being interviewed. So Minho, as promised, also calls Rita here, seeing whom Doha becomes happy. And when he is questioned about his coming back to life, he points at Rita in front of everyone and thanks her, telling them that today I am alive only because of Rita, so I promise not to let this opportunity go to waste. Then we are shown Doha, who is with his manager, when Yeseol comes to him and says, how are you, Junho? Today we are meeting for the first time after our breakup. Hearing this, at first he gets confused about who this girl is, but then he finds out from Junho's memories that this girl was Junho's girlfriend, for whom he was crazy. So in the present, he completely ignores Yeseol and leaves from here. Seeing such behavior for the first time, she is shocked. On the other side, Rita hides from the reporters and comes to a place, but seeing Doha there, she is very shocked and asks, what are you doing here? Doha says that he's following her. Then Rita explains to him, look, I am a firefighter, so it was my duty to save your life. It's not a big deal, so please don't bring my name in public. Hearing this, Doha directly starts getting close to Rita to see if she pushes him away or not. But Rita didn't do so because, in her heart, she is really a big fan of Junho. So Doha doesn't kiss her here, but turns on the light and steps back, because he just wanted to check if Rita could be trapped in the web of love. But now, because Rita started feeling very strange here, she leaves from there. The next day we see Rita watching Junho's videos thinking, I don't know why Junho got so close to me yesterday, but then she says, why am I thinking about this again and again? And then calls the event place and asks about her bag which was lost, but that bag is with Doha, who checked a lot, but he didn't find the talisman in it that he needed, which protects Rita. So in the next scene, he asks his manager to find out about that monk. So the manager gets angry and says, what is this Rita? You keep repeating? So Doha angrily comes to the manager and says, didn't I tell you last time not to shout at me or I will kill you? And it seems you still haven't understood that I am not your Junho, but someone else who is using Junho's body. The manager, hearing this strange thing, is surprised and asks, then where is Junho? To this, when Doha says he is dead forever, the manager gets terribly scared, but then laughs and says, no, that can't be, you are joking. Then Doha, to make the manager believe his words, shows him by turning the lights on and off, so the manager gets terribly scared. On the other side, we see the senior monk and the same metro monk, whom Doha is looking for. Then here the senior monk feels something, as if someone is coming to meet them at this place. Then we see Tai, outside Junho's house, in a drunken state, shouting who, thinking Doha is Junho, was fighting with him, and also throws a stone at him, but Doha stops that stone with his power. Tai says about Rita, the one you were thanking. Now see how I bother her." Hearing this, Doha doesn't like it at all. So as soon as Tai turns, he directly appears in front of him. Tai is shocked. Doha warns him, "You can say whatever you want to me, but don't you dare take Rita's name with your dirty mouth or I will kill you." Hearing this, Tai is shocked. Then we are shown Rita, who is being honored with a firefighter award, and now at night she comes to party with her friends, where her friends were reading how Rita got a joining letter from the National Fire Agency. Then Rita becomes even happier, because not everyone gets such an opportunity, so she drinks a little too much out of happiness. And then, when she comes out swaying in a drunken state, she sees Junho's poster outside, with which she starts talking. Just then, she is surprised to see Doha suddenly. She asks, "How are you here? Did you come out of that poster?" Doha says, "Yes, something like that, but the reason I came here is you." Then Rita, thinking it's her imagination, starts to move forward. But Doha didn't let her go. Instead, he requests that Rita become his bodyguard. Hearing this, she is shocked, thinking, "What? A bodyguard? That too yours?" Then he said yes, but Rita says that she won't be able to do this job because she is going to join the National Fire Agency, which is a very big chance for her. Then Doha says, "No, you can't go." Rita asks, "But why? Are you betting on this with me?" "Okay then, let's see which one of us wins." Hearing Rita's words, Doha once again remembered the old Rita, who had also made a bet with him in the same way. But Doha says in the present that no matter what happens, "I will not let you go away from me." Hearing this, Rita gets confused. In the next scene, Doha is at home thinking about how he had also made a bet with Rita years ago in the same way, which was that Doha would not look back at all while walking on big stones, but if he did look, then Rita would stay with him forever, whereas Doha wants her to leave from here. That's why he says that he will not turn at all. Well, the bet started, where Doha just kept walking and did not turn at all, not even when Rita called him a lot. So she herself comes from behind and hugs him, saying, "Please don't push me away. I want to stay with you." Then Doha says that this is cheating, but when Rita didn't agree at all but rather got emotional, he turned. Because what could he do? At that time, he really liked Rita a lot. So he directly kisses Rita too, because then he thought that Rita really likes him. But now in the present, remembering all this, he started to get very sad. So he says that just as you stopped me by cheating last time, now I will stop you, no matter what I have to do. For that, in the next scene, Doha has come to the temple to the senior monk. Now the junior monk sees him leaving. Then he comes to his master and tells him about this too. "This is the same spirit I have met twice, so please do something." The monk says that he knows everything, and we cannot interfere in this matter because this is the punishment for that girl's past, which this soul has come here to find, to take its revenge. For now, just stay away from these things. That will be right. Hearing this, he became quiet. Well, now we see Rita, who was excited to go for an interview, but just then she got a call, from which she found out that her interview has been cancelled, because Doha had appealed to the agency that Rita is his bodyguard who cannot join the national agency. Now Rita reaches the shooting location in anger. There, Tai messages Doha and asks him to come near the car, telling him that if you don't want to see Rita in trouble, then come here now. On the other side, we see Minho at the police station, where it is confirmed that Junho's car accident was not an accident, but murder. Then Minho was shocked, thinking who could try to kill my brother? So he immediately calls the manager and tells him to keep an eye on Junho. And there Rita comes near Junho's car and says, "How can you cancel my interview?" But seeing Junho unconscious, she gets scared. Just then, she notices an injection on the ground, with which Junho had been made unconscious. Just then, someone injects her too and makes her unconscious. Then that person throws their belongings from the car and takes them with him, after which Tai comes to that place. Just then, Minho, searching for his brother, comes with the police and directly asks Tai, "Tell me where my brother is." Just then, the manager comes running with Rita's bag, telling him that I found this where our car was parked. Hearing this, the bag is searched, from which it was found that this bag belongs to Rita, which means she is also with Junho. On the other side, we see the kidnapping place, where Rita and Doha are both kidnapped. Rita regains consciousness, so she unties her hands and then starts fighting with these people. She faces all of them very bravely, but someone threw dust in her face, so she couldn't see anything, due to which a person pushes her and she falls from the upper floor to the lower floor, due to which she becomes unconscious. On the other side, the police, after finding Junho's location, start going there. But just then, another gang of kidnappers came there, who clearly said that Mr. Tai has called us here to kidnap superstar Junho, so the police arrest him. Then the person who actually had Junho kidnapped is shown, who is the same homeless man. The kidnapper tells him that when we brought Junho, a girl came there, so we kidnapped her too, whose name is Firefighter Rita. Then that man says that it's okay, kill both of them. Then Doha entered, who who has woken up. So he says to stay away from that girl if you want to live. But when no one listened to him, then here he beats all of them very badly because he is the best fighter of his time. So when the leader of the kidnappers put a knife to Rita's neck, from which blood started to come out, then Doha got so angry that he chokes him, asking who told you to do all this. The leader says that we don't know who that man was, he just looked homeless. But he gave us a large sum of money to do all this. You can take his number from my mobile if you want. And then he throws the mobile down. So Doha beats that leader to a pulp and then looks at Rita very lovingly and says that, you don't worry, I will never let you die at the hands of someone else like this, because you are still only mine, whom only I can kill. Then the police arrive, and Rita also regains consciousness, but the police, seeing this whole scene, are surprised, thinking has a girl really beaten so many people. Then at the hospital, Minho comes to meet Junho, saying that you don't worry, you are safe now. And I have learned from the police that when the van fell into the water, it was not an accident, but someone had tried to kill you. Hearing this, Doha remembers Junho's memories that someone had injected Junho from behind that day, due to which he fainted right there. This means there is someone who wants to kill Junho from the beginning. On the other side, Doha reached the same place from where the homeless man had spoken to the kidnapper, because Doha thinks I have to find out about all this. Because this man, besides me, had also ordered to kill Rita. In the next scene, we are shown the same homeless man, who is running very scared, who repeatedly hears these voices to kill both of them. So here this man is very troubled. This means there is a soul that makes the homeless man do all this, and when he refuses, that spirit throws the homeless man from above and kills him. Then we are shown the shadow of that spirit, which entered the homeless man's body, just like Doha had entered Junho's body. In the next scene, we see that the same homeless man, in whose body someone else is now, is getting ready to go somewhere. Then he smiles, seeing Doha, as if he has enmity with Doha. Actually, this spirit is also 1500 years old, which has come to take revenge. In the next scene, when Rita wakes up, her friend shows her the news. Actually, that video has gone viral when Rita had twisted Junho's hand, so all of Junho's fans turn against Rita, so she is also fired from her job for 3 months. There, Doha requests Minho to somehow make Rita his bodyguard, because you saw how strong she is, so Minho is forced to agree to his brother's request. Then Minho meets Rita, where he makes a deal with her that if you become Junho's bodyguard, I will get you your job back, and I will also fix your reputation that has been tarnished in public. Rita asks, but why only me? He says, maybe because you have saved his life twice, and now anyway my brother doesn't have much time, only 1 month. So please protect Junho for 1 month. So finally Rita agrees. After which Rita goes inside Junho's house and asks him, is it true that you only have 1 month to live? He says, yes. He says, you don't worry, as long as you are here, I will not leave this world. Rita says, what do you mean? Is it your intention to keep me as your bodyguard for a long time? Look, I have only become your bodyguard for 1 month. Then he laughs and says, yes, okay. In the next scene, Doha has come to a company for dialogue practice. Rita is also with him, holding an umbrella. She was wearing a bodyguard uniform. Then there Yesol teases Doha and says, did you practice anything before coming here? Or are you going to make us all late again today because of your bad acting? Hearing this, Doha gets angry. So he starts to leave from here, because everyone laughs at Doha for what Yesol said. Now Rita didn't like this at all. So she makes Doha sit back down and says, running away from a problem is not the solution to the problem. You are superstar Junho. So prove this to everyone today. Then the director says to start the rehearsal, where he also thought that Junho was going to make them all work very hard. But Doha started acting seriously, so everyone is shocked to see this, especially Yeseol, because Doha was acting like a completely professional actor. So the director is also surprised. Then, after the rehearsal ends, the director claps a lot to appreciate Doha. Now Tai gets angry hearing all this and starts to leave from there, so outside, he meets Mr. Shock, the homeless person whose body has been possessed by a spirit. They ask Tai, do you want to become a bigger actor than Junho? Then they take him with them. There, Rita finds a coat in Doha's car which had blood on it, so she understands that Doha had beaten those kidnappers that day. She asks Doha about this, so he says, this blood is fake. So Rita says, I am going to get a DNA test done right now. Then Doha, to stop her, grabs her hand, due to which he is thrown far away again. So this time he understands that the talisman is in Rita's hand, which she has worn as a bracelet. Then in a flashback, we are shown that in childhood when she used to wear the talisman to school, the children used to make fun of her. So in anger, Rita breaks that talisman, saying that it is very strange. Then her dad had picked up some beads of the talisman and made a bracelet out of it and gave it to Rita, because in childhood without the talisman, Rita used to see Doha's soul, due to which she would get scared and fall ill. But since she started wearing the talisman, her life has become normal. Then we are shown Tai, who is coming with a car to kill Doha because Mr. Seok has taken him under his control. But Rita comes in between, who pushes Doha aside and gets injured herself. Doha picks up Rita and looking at her face says, "Please don't die, because if you die, I will never be able to end my curse." Then we see that due to the accident, the bracelet has come off Rita's hand. That's why Doha is able to touch her. In the next scene, an ambulance takes Rita to the hospital. Doha gets very worried for her and faints, because if Rita dies, he will also die. So his soul starts to come out of his body. There, Rita has a dream related to the past, meaning here, we are once again shown their 1500-year-old story, where we see this story from the point where Doha gives Rita two options, to live or to die. Then Rita had embraced a new beginning of life. Then, after coming out of the room, she looks at Doha angrily and says, "You will regret why you left me alive." Then one morning, Doha saw Rita practicing archery, which she was not able to do because of the injury on her shoulder. But she still doesn't give up. Doha comes to Rita and says, "I thought you would have run away, but what is this? You are still here. Are you planning to kill me by staying here?" Rita says, "Yes." Then he starts teaching her archery, saying, "If you shoot the arrow like this with full focus, you will be able to finish me easily." Actually, Doha also has a different sad story. He follows his stepfather's orders. In the next scene, we see Doha in front of the king of Silla Kingdom, who praises Doha that you have won the war with Gaia with great bravery. So tell me what you want. He says, "It was my father's dream, which I have fulfilled." Then the king praises Doha's father that your stepson is very capable. Hearing this, Doha's stepfather is happy. But as soon as Doha comes out, his stepfather scolds him. "Weren't you being too nice in front of the king?" Then Doha apologizes to his stepfather. Actually, Doha's stepfather doesn't like him at all, but only uses him, but Doha still respects him. Then he comes to his room, and his dad has sent him a gift, which are poisonous berries, which he can die from eating, but Doha still doesn't say anything to his stepfather. On the other side, when the stepfather saw Rita, he likes her. So at dinner, he specially calls Rita to serve food. Rita was about to give the food to the stepfather first, but Doha tells her to serve him food first. Then Rita comes to Doha and gives him the food, which Doha checks and says, "It is perfectly fine, so you can eat it." Then Rita asks Doha's servant about this. Then the servant tells her that Master Doha tastes everything himself before feeding anything to his father, so that if there is poison in the food, he can save his father because he is not at all afraid of his own death. But it is a sad thing that the master's stepfather still doesn't love him. On the other side, the father asks Doha about Rita. "Where did you bring this girl from and why?" So Doha says that this girl needed me, so I brought her. In the next scene, Rita comes out to go to the jungle with Doha. She has been sent by other servants. Seeing her, Doha is surprised and says, "What are you doing here?" So Rita says, "I will not bother you." Then both of them go far into the jungle on horseback, where Doha asks Rita for his bag, and then after giving the responsibility of both horses to Rita, he leaves from there. Then he comes near a tree and starts placing stones there, where he has already placed many stones. Actually, this is the number of people whom Doha has killed, so he also places the stones of the people of Gaia here. Because Doha doesn't like war at all, so he regrets killing people later, but he does all this for the sake of his stepfather. So he was praying for the peace of the souls of all these people. When Rita also comes there and seeing him asks, "Have you really killed so many people? You should be ashamed of yourself." So Doha says that, "I myself cannot sleep peacefully after doing all this." Rita says, "Okay, so are you regretting it now?" Doha says, "No, but this just gives me some peace. I was ordered to destroy your kingdom, that is Gaia, so I had no other option, only to win. I know that the people of Gaia will never forgive me, not even if I fall at their feet and ask for forgiveness, especially you, because you are the general's daughter." Hearing this, Rita is shocked. "How did you know about this?" Then Doha says that from your sword. "If you don't want to forgive me, but always want to hate me, then I am okay with that too, because I myself hate myself." In the next scene, they both go to the place where their horses are. So Doha asks if you will ever leave me alone. She says, "Yes, I will not leave you until I die." Hearing this, he smiles, because no matter what, he likes Rita. Then their horses are not there, so they both decide, now we will have to stay here until morning, because it is not right to go from the jungle at night. Just then it starts raining, so they both run and come to a cave, where Doha lights a fire and tells Rita to also come near the fire, because Rita's clothes were wet due to the rain. So Rita comes forward and asks him, "By the way, why do you think I can't kill you?" Then Doha says, "No, it's not like that. I have full faith that you can kill me and reduce my sorrows." Hearing this, she gets angry. "What do you mean by that?" So Doha says that I have killed many people, for which I feel guilty. So I am suffering a lot. This suffering will end only when you kill me. Hearing this, Rita gets even more angry that it means you are using me to end your journey. If so, then this is not revenge. So now I will kill you only when you bring a hope of living within yourself and start being happy, because only then my revenge will be complete. Hearing this, he starts looking at her. There in the palace, Doha's stepfather finds out about Doha being with that maid, so he orders, find out about that girl, who she is and where she came from. There, after Rita falls asleep, Doha puts something over her, and then sits there and falls asleep himself, where both of their hands were touching. Then we see in the present, Doha regains consciousness, and he goes out to find Rita. Then he comes to Rita's room, because Rita no longer has that talisman in her hand, due to which he could easily kill Rita. So when Doha was about to choke Rita and kill her, just then, Rita opens her eyes and calls Doha Lord, just as she used to say 1500 years ago. So hearing this, he is completely shocked and cannot even kill Rita. Then Doha stands alone and thinks about something. Why couldn't I kill Rita? How can she call me Lord? There, Rita was also confused. How did I remember my dream for the first time? And who was that boy who was like Junho? This means Rita has started seeing her dreams because she doesn't have the talisman in her hand. In the next scene, we see that Rita, who had been discharged from the hospital, Minho gives her her bracelet, telling her that I found this at the place where your accident happened. Rita thanks Minho and keeps it because it is the last memory of her dad. Then Rita, after being discharged, is going back home with her friend with many gifts, because the fans of Junho, who had started hating Rita, now after knowing that Rita saved Junho's life. So now they all have started liking Rita too, that Rita is the best bodyguard for Junho. But as soon as Rita comes back home, she sees Doha below, who is still confused about why Rita called me by my old name. Is the old Rita really coming into this Rita in this life? There, Rita is also surprised to see Doha here, so she happily says that you have come to meet me, but he doesn't say anything, but just starts looking at Rita. When Rita comes downstairs to talk to him properly, she finds out that he has left from there. So Rita didn't understand why he had come here. In the next scene, Rita goes to meet Doha, where she sees that there are a lot of medicines on the floor and Doha is unconscious. So Rita brings Doha to his bed and makes soup for him. Doha asks why you help me, to which Rita replies, because I am a brave firefighter whose duty is to save people's lives. In the next scene, Doha was just thinking about Rita, saying, how is it possible that in this present life, Rita is remembering my old Rita, whose name was Hawa? Just then, the manager says, maybe Rita is Hawa. Hearing this, Doha is shocked and thinks, when did you come? The manager says, sorry, I came to give this paper, and then asks, by the way, who was Hawa? Then he says, the one because of whom I am in this condition today. Then he says, actually, Hawa has been born a total of 19 times, but in her 18 births, she didn't remember me even once, but in this 19th birth, she remembers me. Then we see Doha's stepfather in the past, who has found out that the girl Doha has brought with him as a servant is the enemy's daughter, but he doesn't make a big deal about it for now, saying, now this girl will become a noose around Doha's neck. In the next scene, Doha asks Rita, what will you do after killing me? She says, then I will also die, because then my life will have no purpose. Hearing this, Doha says, if that's the case, then I will not die easily from you now, because I want you to live. Rita says, in surprise, a person like you who kills people wants to see me alive? But it's no use, because I can never be soft-hearted again. Hearing this, Doha shows Rita some lotus seeds, saying, these are as tough as your heart, but if flowers bloom in them, then I will consider it my victory. Rita says, stop dreaming, because first of all, it takes 1,000 years for them to bloom, and my heart is also like that, in which no flower can ever bloom now. So Doha says, it's okay, I will wait for 1,000 years, but I will definitely win this bet. Then Rita also makes a bet. No, flowers will never bloom in them. In the present, Rita packs her things to go and live at Junho's house, and then also tells her friend, from now on, I will be giving Junho 24-hour bodyguard service. Then later, she looks at her same bracelet, which was slightly broken at the time of the accident. So for now, Rita wears it. In the next scene, Rita comes to live at Junho's house, to which Doha says, you don't need to do all this. But Rita replies, I am doing all this on Mr. Minho's order. Then when Rita turns on the TV, it is told about those same lotus seeds, which Doha had buried in the ground 1,000 years ago, that flowers are starting to sprout from them. Seeing this, Doha says to himself, this means I have won the bet. So Rita says, this means I have lost. Hearing this, Doha was shocked, so he asks, what do you mean by that? So Rita changes the topic, saying, I was talking about food. In the next scene, Doha comes to the practice place, so it is found out that the hero-heroine are being trained in archery here so that there is no problem during the shooting. So Yeseol, who was doing very badly, but she thinks that now she has become perfect. So she comes to Doha and says, you probably don't know this at all, but But as soon as Doha takes his position, Rita remembers, this is just like the scene in my dreams, where my master also used to do archery in the same way. Then Doha shot a perfect shot in front of everyone, so everyone was shocked to see it. Then Doha, seeing which everyone is surprised at how he has become so professional. Then coming outside, Doha says to Rita, first you tell me why you called me Lord in the hospital. Then Rita understands. It means you came to meet me in the hospital that day. Doha says, yes, and then asks, do I appear in your dreams? Hearing this, she gets even more confused. How do you know all this? And you don't appear in my dreams, just someone like you appears. So Doha is well confirmed that Rita is seeing our old memories in her dreams. In the next scene, the Metro Monk comes to the office to meet Rita. There he sees Rita in the lift, but Doha is also with her. So the monk puts a talisman-like note on him, but Doha tears that note very easily. So the monk is surprised, how can you escape from such a powerful mantra? Then the monk quickly runs outside and tells the whole story to his master, to which he says that this spirit is too powerful, but it's okay. He will definitely weaken after a while because of that yellow note. As soon as Doha comes inside, his body stops, as if his control is leaving Junho's body. So Rita gets worried seeing all this, and then she checks Doha's body and finds out that his breathing has stopped, due to which Rita thinks that he is dead. Just then, she sees something, that is, someone's shadow, which is coming out of the body. So Rita lifts her face up and finds out that this is Doha, who has come out of the body because of the yellow note. Rita also recognizes that this is the same person she has been seeing in her dreams lately, but here, Rita had seen Doha face to face for the first time, so she gets very scared and shocked. But right now, Rita doesn't know that the person she sees in her dreams, all those are scenes from her past. Then, Minho also comes there, who is surprised to see his brother unconscious, so he shouts and asks, what happened to my brother? But Rita doesn't say anything, because she was still in shock. Just then, Doha suddenly gets up. Actually, Doha's soul has come back into Junho's body. Then we see in the past that Doha's stepfather accuses Rita of theft from the house and makes her sit outside in front of everyone, saying that whatever these things are, they belong to the palace, which we found in this new maid's room, and then asks Rita to tell them who she is, where she came from, but Rita doesn't give any answer. There, Doha is also worried to see Rita in such a condition. They take Rita with them. On the other side, Doha talked to his father. Doha understands that Rita will not be safe here anymore, so he immediately goes to Rita, where he feels very sad to see Rita in such a bad condition. Then he asks her to leave from here, telling her the whole story of how Rita is being framed, and she might even be killed. So at first, Rita doesn't agree. Then Doha tells her what's in his heart, that since you came into my life, a hope of living has started to awaken in my heart. Then, after thinking for a while, she finally agrees to go with Doha. Then Doha shows Rita the way to Gaia, saying that if you go this way, no one will be able to catch you. So Rita gets a little emotional and asks why you are doing so much for me, even though I am your enemy. Then Doha says that because now you have become a special person for me, with whom I feel like I can live my whole life happily. Hearing this, Rita looks at Doha in surprise, and then makes him promise to please stay alive. We will definitely meet again. Doha makes this promise. Then in the present, we see Rita going to meet the doctor. She tells them that she has seen the person from her dream in real life. I have seen the person from my dream in reality. Then the doctor says that maybe all this is your illusion, which is dominating your mind, so don't think too much. Then we see Doha, who goes to meet the monk. So the senior monk says that you have walked all the way here, which means you are very angry. So Doha says yes, because of your student, I was about to lose this body, and then explains that something very bad happened to me in the past, for which I want revenge. Only then I will be able to get salvation. So you people please stop coming in my way, otherwise it will be very bad. Hearing this, the senior monk agrees, and then when Doha starts to leave, the senior monk gives him advice not to take any step in a hurry or in anger, but to understand things closely, why they did bad things to us in the past. Hearing this, Doha understands his point. In the next scene, we see that Rita is drinking with her friend to reduce some tension. Just then, they both fall asleep. When Rita's friend wakes up, she doesn't see Rita anywhere. The manager comes there and tells Rita's friend that actually, Miss Rita is with Mr. Junho. You just signed this contract, which means that you will not tell anyone anything. On the other side, we see that Rita is sleeping. Just then Doha comes to her, who was about to kill her, but then stops, remembering the senior monk's words that he should understand things closely and find out the real reason why Rita had killed him despite loving him. Just then, Rita wakes up, who starts to think that Junho, who is standing in front of her, all this is just her imagination because she was very drunk. So she started talking to Doha very lovingly. First, you tell me whether you are a superstar Junho or my dream Doha. And if you are Doha, then what are you doing here? I mean, you should have been in Silla. Then Doha says, you are also from Gaia, so you should also go back to Gaia. Then she asks, "Why are you following me?" Then Doha says, "If I don't follow you, then where should I go? Because our destinies are connected." Actually, seeing Rita happy, Doha also becomes happy. Because even though he hates Rita, he still has feelings for Rita in his heart. In the next scene, Doha tells Minho that Mr. Seok is after his life. On the other side, Tai goes to mail his suicide note himself so that he can be caught on CCTV camera. And Mr. Seok had told him to do all this. In the next scene, we see that Rita starts packing all her things at Junho's house because now she is leaving from here. Doha asks, "But why?" Then Rita tells him that maybe my mental health is not right, due to which I saw my dream person coming out of your body, and I was frozen, so I don't want problems to increase further by us staying together more. On the other side, Minho's lawyer, whose name is Mr. Ko, goes to meet Mr. Seok so that he can directly ask Mr. Seok all the things why he is doing all this. But as he was driving, someone comes in front of his car, due to which he gets very scared, thinking, "Whom did I hit?" That person is Tai, who is probably dead now. So Mr. Ko is shocked, thinking, "Did I kill him?" From the other side, Mr. Seok also comes there and puts all the blame on Mr. Ko. "You are the one who killed him, but it's okay. Don't be afraid. I will help you dispose of the body and I will not tell anyone about this." Hearing this, Mr. Ko looks at Mr. Seok in surprise. On the other side, Rita, who has come to meet the monk at his address, says, "We are meeting again." Then the monk says, "No, but today we are meeting for the 4th time. That is, before this we have met in the metro besides the lift, and also in childhood." Hearing this, Rita is surprised. "Oh, okay, so you are that monk who used to be so small before." Hearing this, he smiles. Then the senior monk tells Rita that before you had a talisman, with the help of which you have been staying away from evil spirits, but now because you don't have it anymore, that's why you have come here. Rita says, "That is, my bracelet is." Then the monk says that that talisman was not a normal talisman, but a thousands of years old talisman made of lotus seeds, which finds its owner and reaches them. That is, you may not know, but that talisman had reached you on its own. Rita says, "Can you make another talisman for me?" Then he says that it's no use now. Then Rita remembers the things Doha said, which happened last night, that is, when they both had come close to each other, and Rita had heard Doha's heartbeat. Then she asks why it is happening so fast. Then Doha had said that this is not my heart, but Junho's. That is, I have borrowed Junho's body for some time. Hearing this, Rita was shocked at that time, but now, because she was drunk, she had forgotten these things. But now because she has remembered everything, she directly calls Doha and asks him to meet her right now, after which we are now shown that on one side of a bridge Doha is standing, and on the other side is Rita, who asks what you meant by borrowing Junho's body. That is, you are not Junho. Then Doha says, "Yes, I am not Junho, but the person you have been seeing in your dreams." Hearing this, Rita was shocked, but she still doesn't believe that how is this possible. Then Doha says, "If I show you this, then will you believe me?" And then he turns off all the lights there. Rita asks in surprise, "Did you really do all this?" Then Doha says, "Yes," and then tells everything. "I am not a human, but a wandering soul, which has been in this world for a whole 1500 years, so I need your help to leave from here. Only you can do this work, because I am connected to you." Rita says in surprise, "How can I help you?" Then he says, "I want to know what was the reason for my death, which only you can tell me." So she says, "But why? That is, why should I tell you all this, and why are you connected to me?" To this, when Doha says, "Because you are my wife. That is, we got married thousands of years ago." Hearing this, Rita is shocked. Then in the past, we are shown the scene of their wedding. The talisman, due to which Rita has been protected till now, Doha had given it to her thousands of years ago, saying, "Don't be afraid, I will be with you. And you will see, now I will protect you until my last breath, because you are my true love, whom no one can take away from me now." Hearing this, Rita looks at Doha in surprise. Then Rita starts laughing that you are lying. Then Doha says that if you don't believe my truth, then why did you go to the temple today? And why did you suddenly call me here to meet? Then Doha tells Rita all those things from her childhood until now, which only Rita knew. Then at the end, he also said that you learned to ride a bike after becoming an adult, because your last memories with your dad were of a bike. Hearing this, Rita is surprised. But still, she reacts as if Doha is joking with her, so she leaves from there. The next morning, we see Doha, who looks at the mark on his neck which Rita had given him in his past life. The manager started to say, "If I tell you the truth," then next we see Rita and Doha together, where Doha tells Rita about her dreams. "Whatever you have been seeing in your dreams so far related to me, all that is true. That is, you are seeing your 1500-year-old life through your dreams. Hearing this, Rita says, I need to be alone for a few minutes, and then comes and stands in a place. After a while, Doha also comes to her and says, now these things will end only when you see the rest of the dream and find out how I was killed. Then Rita gets angry. This means you were the reason for the trauma I have been going through since childhood. Do you even know how much I used to cry seeing spirits in my childhood? Doha replies, this is your destiny, which I can't do anything to change. Then Rita, shouting even more, refuses to help Doha and leaves from there. Then, in the 1500-year past, we see the same scene where Doha was about to make Rita run away from Scylla, but then a lot of people come who start shooting arrows, due to which Doha comes in front of Rita. In this process, an arrow hits him, due to which he falls right there. Rita thinks that maybe Doha is dead. In the next scene, we see that Doha is not dead, but he has a very deep wound on his back. Then as soon as he gets up, he directly asks his stepfather about Rita. Where is Rita? Then the stepfather says, I have killed her. Hearing this, Doha says, no, you can't do that. Then as soon as he opens the door, Doha finds Rita sitting in front of him. Seeing her, he gets emotional because he thought that his stepfather had really killed Rita. But now, seeing Rita alive, he is relieved. The servant who used to work in Rita's house was also called, who accepts that she is the general's daughter. Then Doha's stepfather says, now everyone standing here is a witness that this girl is the daughter of a traitor, so she deserves to die. He tells Doha, if you kill her with your own hands, I will forgive you for the mistake of loving a servant. Doha says nothing because he obviously cannot kill Rita. So then the father kills all the other people standing there, saying, now this matter will remain only between the three of us, what the truth of this girl is. The father tells Doha, you tried to go against me for the first time only because of this girl. So to take the leash of her neck back into my hands, I will have to use this girl, that is, Rita. Then he orders Doha, if you want to see Rita alive, then marry her, because then you will follow my orders. But if you don't follow my orders, I will tell the king the truth about this girl and have her killed. Doha has no other option, so he agrees to marry Rita so that Rita's life can be saved. But Rita was not at all happy with this. Doha explains to her, if you want to survive, then do as my stepfather is saying, only then you will be able to live. Hearing this, she becomes quiet. In the next scene, we see that Mr. Seok directly comes to Minho's company and says to Minho, you wanted to know whether I tried to kill your brother or not? So yes, I did try to kill him, but you haven't done anything good to me either. I went to jail because of you. Then he says, by the way, I know what is bothering you the most these days. Your brother, who is behaving strangely these days. Hearing this, Minho asks, what do you mean by that? Mr. Seok says, I know a lot, which I will tell when the time comes, because if I tell you now, you will not believe it. The next scene is shown 1500 years ago, where Doha's stepfather is told that some prisoners have escaped, who are very dangerous. So hearing this, he said that Doha will bring them back. Then that person says, sir, it's okay. We will handle all this. Don't tell the master because he has an injury on his back. But the stepfather doesn't agree and says that Doha will go because only he is the best fighter. Rita also hears these things from outside. Doha couldn't even get up properly because of the injury on his waist, but he still goes to fight, telling Rita, don't worry about me, I will definitely come back. At night, Doha finally comes back, who is very tired. Seeing Rita in his room, he asks, what are you doing here? Rita gets up and asks, are you okay? So Doha says, I'm just tired. You go from here and let me rest. Rita checks Doha's fever, which is very high, so she starts to worry about Doha. Doha thinks that she is acting like she is worried about me, so he sends Rita out of the room. But as soon as Rita starts to leave, she hears the sound of Doha falling. In the next scene, the doctor checks Doha and says that if Doha doesn't regain consciousness and has such a high fever, he will die by morning. Hearing this, Rita is shocked. The stepfather says, if he dies, he will be of no use to me. Then he tells Rita, take good care of him and bring him back to consciousness because if he doesn't survive, I will have no reason to keep you alive, and leaves from there. Now, Rita stays awake all night and takes care of Doha. As soon as her eyes fall on the knife kept near Doha, she tries to kill Doha, saying, if you live, your father will always make you work like a servant, which you will keep doing because of me. So it is better for you to die. But no matter how hard Rita tries, she cannot kill Doha and starts crying loudly. In the morning, Doha regains consciousness and asks the servant, did you take care of me all night? The servant says, no, master, your future wife did. Then Doha comes to Rita, who is standing outside. Rita asks, how are you feeling now? Are you okay? Doha says yes, then holds her hand and says, don't worry, we will never be separated now. In the present, it is shown that Rita sees all this in her dream. She remembers how much Doha had liked her in the past, Thinking this, tears come to her eyes, and she regrets how badly she had spoken to Doha yesterday, when his own past was so painful. Then in the present, Rita apologizes to Doha and says, "I had dreams again, where I saw how much you liked the old Rita. Now I will definitely help you to know what happened in the end, because now I also want to know your complete love story." Hearing this, Doha becomes happy and looks at Rita with love. The next day, Rita comes to the library with Doha to search for history from 1500 years ago, and while talking, she says, "I can't believe that you were with me from the start at every moment of my life. I thought I was alone. All this is as if you are my guardian angel." Hearing this, Doha smiles. He says, "I have forgotten the things from 1500 years ago, so I want you to tell me all the details you see in your dream." So Rita says, "Absolutely, don't you worry. Today I will sleep very well and tell you everything." Hearing this, Doha becomes happy, but when Rita sleeps at night and wakes up in the morning, she has no dream, so she gets worried. In the next scene, it is shown that Rita is outside Junho's house and is worried about what she will tell Doha about the dream. Then she comes inside the house. She bumps into Doha, who had just come out after taking a shower. Doha directly asks, "Did you see the dream?" So Rita says, "First you get ready and go to the set, then I will tell you." Doha does the same, but as soon as they both come to the set and Doha again asks Rita about the dream, she starts telling a story she made up, which Doha finds very strange. In the next scene, we see the police station, where the officers, on Minho's orders, have extracted all the information about Mr. Seok and also where he is living at the moment. Just then they get big news that actor Tai is dead, whose body was found in the water. Hearing this, everyone is shocked, and in Minho's hand is the letter that Tai had posted before he died. In that letter, Tai had written that he is dying because of Minho and Junho, because they both used to bother him. Then Minho directly goes to meet Mr. Seok, takes their address, reaches their apartment and asks, "What were you trying to explain to me last time?" Hearing this, Mr. Seok tells the whole truth about Doha. "There is someone's soul inside your brother, so if you want to save your brother from that evil spirit, then join me, and do as I say." Minho starts laughing. "Nice lie, to extort money from me." Then Mr. Seok shows the mark on his body and says, "Evil forces had possessed me too. That's why this mark appeared on my body. If you don't believe me, then you check your brother's body for this mark. If you see the same mark, then understand that he is not Junho." There, Rita and Doha both come inside the house to discuss the script. Just then, officers also arrive and tell them about Tai's death. Hearing this, Doha is surprised. Another officer mentions Mr. Seok in the conversation. Doha asks, the officer says, "Actually, everything has been found out about Mr. Seok, where he is living at the moment, and what he is doing. But your elder brother Minho had told us not to tell you anything about Mr. Seok." After the officers leave, Rita also starts to go home, because she was getting late. Then Doha forbids her to leave and says, "Stay here." Actually, after hearing about Tai's death, Doha is a little scared that someone might attack Rita too. But Rita doesn't stop, and just then, Minho also comes there. First, he glares at Doha, and then notices the same mark on his neck, which Mr. Seok had mentioned. Minho understands that he is really not my brother Junho. Then, Minho looks at that mark closely, but Doha immediately pushes Minho away from him. Seeing this scene, Rita is surprised. Minho also says, "What is this behavior?" So Doha replies, "I don't like it when someone touches me." Hearing this, Minho starts to get angry. "Am I some unknown person that you are saying this?" But then Rita intervenes and stops the fight, and takes Doha with her from here. In the next scene, we see Rita, who still hasn't had any dream, so she is very worried. The next day was Rita's day off, so she decides to go to the amusement park with her friend. But when she comes out of the house, Doha was already standing there, so he says, "I will also go with you, for your safety." Then we see the amusement park scene, where Rita was afraid that Junho's fans might recognize Doha, so the manager brings a mask and gives it to Doha. Doha finds that mask very weird, but on Rita's insistence, he has to wear it. Then they both come to a haunted house. Doha is scared coming here, because he was hearing very strange noises here. So Rita asks, "Are you really scared, even though you are a ghost yourself?" Hearing this, Doha says, No, it's not like that." Then a man lying there scared them both, so seeing this, they both get very scared and start running from there. Doha closes the door there out of fear. So seeing this scene, Rita starts laughing loudly. Then Doha also starts laughing. Doha says seriously, "By the way, is this really what normal life is called? And if so, can I also live like this? Always happy with all of you?" Hearing this, Rita immediately becomes serious and starts looking at Doha. On the other side, Minho remembers Mr. Seok's words. He can bring his brother back, so he directly goes to Mr. Seok and asks, "How do I bring my brother back? Will you help me?" Hearing this, he says, "Of course, but if you want your brother back, then for this you will have to kill Rita." In the next scene, we see that these four are going back home. Rita had fallen asleep with her head on Doha's shoulder. Then we are shown a past scene. Doha, after the wedding, comes to Rita and says that sadness on a bride's face doesn't look good. Then Rita says, "You also look worried, master." Hearing this, Doha says, "Not master, but from today, you have to call me your husband, because now we are both married." Rita gets up and very lovingly places her hand on Doha's face and tells him, "From now on, whenever you talk to me, there should be a smile on your face." Hearing this, Doha smiles slightly. We see the next day where Doha remembers that Rita dies for some reason or the other as soon as she turns 30. And now Rita's birthday is coming again, in which she will turn 30. So this time, Doha has to somehow kill Rita himself before she dies. Next, we see Mr. Seok looking at Rita and saying the same thing that Doha's stepfather used to say in the past, that your hands are still very beautiful. Actually, the evil spirit inside Mr. Seok is that of Doha's stepfather, but Doha doesn't know this yet. In the next scene, we see that Rita and Doha are walking together, but when Doha asks, "Still haven't you had any dream?" Hearing this, Rita says, "No." Doha calls his manager, and then he gives a box to Rita through his manager. Then at night, we see that Rita is packing her things and sees that box. Then it is revealed that it is a box of good sleeping pills, so Rita is impressed. No matter how rude Doha pretends to be from the outside, but it is true that he cares about me a lot. In the next scene, we see that Rita and Doha have both sat in the car and are going on a trip, but as soon as they both reach the place where Minho had called them, Doha is surprised to see Minho there. Before he could say anything, Rita silences Doha and tells him to enjoy. After a while, we see that Minho brings Doha to a place with him and tells him that after our parents' death, we used to live in this place, where sometimes people used to bother us too. And then he tells about a day that, when I had gone far for some work and came back late, you cried a lot for me because you couldn't stay away from me even for a minute. So on that day, I had sworn that now I will always be with you and always protect you. Just then, Doha suddenly gets dizzy and falls on the ground and faints. Minho stands up and says that you are not my brother, so don't try to talk to me like my brother, and now, no matter what happens, I will get my brother Junho back. Then he went into a flashback, where we see that when Minho was refusing to kill Rita, saying that she had saved my brother's life, so how can I kill her? Hearing this, Mr. Sok tells him that Rita is not on your brother's side, but on the evil spirit side, because the evil spirit has come into this world because of Rita. That's why he had made up his mind that he would kill Rita. In the next scene, we see that Minho takes Rita with him. On the other side, Doha has also regained consciousness, so he starts looking for Rita. Just then, he suddenly sees Rita's mobile, so he understands that Minho has taken Rita somewhere with him. And there Rita, whom Minho takes with him to the end of the hill and pushes her, due to which Rita starts to fall down, so she loudly calls out Doha's name. Minho thinks that Rita is dead, so he leaves from there. But that doesn't happen. That is, Rita was holding on to the edge of the hill with all her might. But before she could lose courage and fall, Doha finally saves Rita from falling and then pulls Rita up. Rita says that you are truly my guardian angel, so thanks for saving me, because I didn't want to say goodbye to you like this, but now I want to be with you always, so Doha, please never be away from me. Hearing this, tears come to Doha's eyes. In the next scene, we see that Rita is in the hospital with Doha, where she asks why Mr. Minho was saying such things to me, that whatever he is doing to me, it is all my karma. That is, have I done something in the past for which my karma is coming back to me? Hearing this, Doha says nothing. That is, he doesn't want to tell Rita the truth until she sees everything herself in a dream. Just then, Minho also comes running there, who is surprised to see Rita alive and starts to leave from there. Then Doha goes after Minho and finally stops Minho and asks that when you had found out that I am not your brother, then why did you pretend to be ignorant for so many days and why did you try to kill Rita? Then he says that I had heard from somewhere that your connection is with Rita, so if I kill Rita, you will leave my brother's body. Doha asks, but who told you all this? And who told you that whatever is happening, it is all Rita's karma? But Minho doesn't reveal Mr. Seok's name, but says that I just want my brother Junho back. Hearing this, when Doha tells the truth that Junho is dead forever, because you yourself saw how his breath had stopped in the hospital, so stop being crazy. Hearing this, Minho gets a big shock. Then we see that Rita has also heard all these things from above, so as soon as she comes to his house with Doha, she asks Doha a lot of questions about why Mr. Minho tried to kill me. Have I really done very bad things in my past? Doha, despite Rita's repeated asking, cannot tell her the truth that Rita had killed him, but just tells Rita about her curse, that you are also under a curse, according to which you will die before you turn 30. And the same has been happening in all your births until now. That is, whenever you were about to turn 30 in your birth, you would die for some reason or the other. Hearing this, Rita is shocked. On the other side, Minho is going to talk to Mr. Seok. Then he tells him, why did you lie to me that my brother Junho will come back if I kill Rita? Then Mr. Seok says that I only gave you one task to do. that is, to kill Rita. But you couldn't even do that, which means you are of no use to me, and then uses his power and throws Minho quite far. Minho quickly tries to run away from there, but then Mr. Seok comes to him and beats him badly and drags him with him. In the next scene, we see that Rita, who is in shock after knowing that she's going to die very soon, that is, on her birthday. Then Doha tries to make Rita feel relaxed. Just then, Rita said that, by the way, how can it be that there is no cure for my curse? That is, there is a cure for everything. So we should find out how we both have to break our curse. Just then, Doha gets a call from the hospital where it was found out that Minho's condition is serious. Then, after reaching the hospital, they both are shocked because Mr. Seok had beaten Minho very cruelly, due to which his breath was stopping and the doctors were trying to save him. The officers tell Doha that we found your brother lying in an old hotel somewhere far away. Just then, Mr. Ko also comes there scared, who says to himself that all this was done by that man. Now he will not spare me either. Then Doha asks Mr. Ko if you know who has done this to my brother. Hearing this, Mr. Ko was not ready to say anything, for fear that Mr. Seok might kill him too. Then Doha angrily grabs Mr. Ko's face. He says that I have not done anything, but that man had also killed Tai. He is just using all of us. Just then, Junho suddenly pushes Mr. Ko aside. Then, a large flower pot falls there. Mr. Ko gets even more scared seeing this that someone has deliberately thrown this on him, so he immediately runs away from here. Doha looks up, but he doesn't see anyone. But all this was done by Mr. Seok. He says that my son Doha, you will not be able to find out about my reality until I want you to. Otherwise, you will interfere in my work. Then we see in the past that when Rita goes to meet Doha's father on his call, he says that, don't you feel ashamed that you have married your parents' killer? Hearing this, she says that as a daughter, I tried a lot to take revenge for my parents, but I failed every time, so now I am only listening to my heart because I cannot leave Master Doha, because he loves me very much. Doha's father laughs loudly and says that you are just pretending to be in love, right? It's okay. I will help you to complete your revenge because, anyway, now Doha doesn't listen to me, so now I will send him to a very big war in my place from where he has no chance of coming back alive. Because we have a custom here that whenever someone gets married in the palace, he has to go to war at any cost. Rita thinks that as long as Doha's father is alive, he will not let Doha live in peace. That is, he will either make him a slave or put his life in danger. So now I have to do something for Doha's sake. There Doha is looking at his uniform and saying that tomorrow I have to go to war and come back alive somehow, because if something happens to me, my stepfather will kill Rita. Just then, Rita's eyes open, who was in the car with the manager. That is, Rita had seen all this in her dream. Then the manager gives Rita a gift, telling her that Mr. Minho wanted to give this to you, because maybe he wanted to say sorry to you for something. Then Rita also gets emotional seeing that present. It is a bracelet, which is the same as the previous one, just like Rita used to have. So seeing this, Rita directly comes to the monk's temple and asks for help. Then, the senior monk says, I'm sorry I can't help you because this is your karma which you should accept. And then explain, if you want to know the cure for your curse, then carefully remember all the things from your past because you will find the answers to all your questions in them. Hearing this, she started thinking about something. On other side, Doha goes to the place where the flower pot was thrown and gets the CCTV footage from there. So he finally finds out that this person is Mr. Seok, but still Doha doesn't understand why he is doing this. There, Mr. Seok comes to Rita and says, I hope you won't make a mistake in recognizing me this time. Rita says in surprise, what do you mean? Who are you? Hearing this, Mr. Seok says in a very terrifying, evil spirit voice, relationships from a past life don't break easily. So now the same thing will be repeated that has been happening. Hearing these things, Rita gets very scared. But before she could ask any questions, Mr. Seok disappears from there, and there Yeseol is fired from the company, due to which she is very upset. Just then, Mr. Seok gives his card to Yeseol and says, I can help you. Then we are shown. Rita tells Doha how Mr. Seok was talking in an evil voice. Hearing this, Doha understands. He must also be possessed by some soul, which is connected to both of our pasts, but he doesn't understand whose soul it is. Then Rita, on Doha's insistence, agreed to stay at his house because Doha is worried about her. So after showing Rita her room, he himself sits on the stairs outside the room. Then we see in the past that Doha's stepfather, who thinks that Rita is on his side to kill Doha. So he tells her, I sending some of my men to the war who will kill Doha during the war when they get a chance. Then when his body is brought home, you behead him, which will also complete your revenge. Keep this poison with you and mix it in Doha's food when you get a chance, because this is a different kind of poison which when mixed in food, neither gives any smell nor changes its color. Just the body starts to get weak. Hearing this, Rita agrees, but the twist in the story is that she doesn't mix that poison in Doha's food, but in Doha's stepfather's food, and that too hiding from everyone. Then at night, She comes to the stepfather's room to see him. The stepfather is writhing in pain. The stepfather asks, "Why did you do this, even though Doha was your enemy too?" Then she replies, "He is not, but he was. Now I love him very much, plus he is also my husband now, to save whose life I have to kill you." And just after saying this, she thrusts her sword into Doha's stepfather's stomach. The stepfather then curses her that he will definitely come back and will torture Rita to death at the same age. Rita was 30 at that time, so he kills Rita in every birth on her 30th birthday. After the stepfather's death, Rita is leaving from there when a lady sees her and runs away from here screaming. So in the next scene, Rita is taken prisoner, and Doha is asked to kill his wife, after telling the whole truth that this girl is a murderer who has killed our general. Hearing this, Doha asks Rita, "Is this true?" Then she says, "Yes, it is true, because this was the only way I had to save your life. Otherwise, he would have killed you." Then everyone thinks that now Rita will be killed, but that doesn't happen. Doha cuts Rita's rope and shouts loudly and tells everyone, "Rita is my wife and I am the general's son, so from now on I am the owner here. If anyone here tries to kill my wife, he will have to go through my sword." Some people got annoyed with this, so they attack, but Doha easily killed all of them and tells the father's man, "I will see you next time." Then Doha took Rita with him and left from there. In the next scene, we see that Doha brings Rita to a place and asks her the whole thing. "Rita, how can you do such a foolish thing?" Then Rita says, "Your father was going to kill you," for which he had made a complete plan, because of which I had no other way left to kill him. Hearing this, at first Doha says nothing, but then hugs Rita and says, "I started liking you at first sight, so now for me no one is important except you." The next day, Rita hears some voices of people crying, so she goes to see all of them, where she finds out that Doha has killed a lot of people in the process of saving Rita, whose families were crying very badly. Just then Doha starts to take Rita with him, saying, "Didn't I tell you not to come out?" Then all those people start following them, so they both come to the jungle and hide. After some time, Doha says, "I will go a little ahead and see," but Rita doesn't let him go, saying, "We can't always run like this." Hearing this, Doha says, "No, that won't happen. No matter what price those people have to pay, but I will protect you at any cost." Rita says, crying, "I was wrong because I thought that by killing your father I would save you from hell, but I have pushed you into an even bigger hell. This kind of living is not called living." So Doha tells her, "There is a place where the people of Gaia are secretly settled, so we can also go and live there." Then he kisses Rita and starts to leave. Then Rita thinks of something and then says, "I love you very much." Hearing this, Doha starts to get happy because Rita had said "I love you" to him for the first time. But as soon as he turns, Rita directly stabs Doha in the neck with a sword. Rita did this because she wanted to free Doha from a hellish life. That's why Rita had taken Doha's life, and he had died. Then the story comes to the present. Rita sees all this in her dream, that she herself is Doha's murderer. So she starts crying badly remembering all this. Just then Doha asks her, "What happened to you?" And Rita says sorry to him. Hearing this, Doha understands that Rita has seen the dream. Rita says, "Yes, I have seen the dream. That is, I was the person who had killed you, because of which you are stuck here till today. So please forgive me." Then Doha asks, "You did this to me when all I wanted was your company." Then Rita says, "We were not made for each other. I put you in great trouble by killing your father, because of which innocent people around us were dying." Then Doha says, "But I still wanted to be on your side, even if it was hell for me." Then Rita explains, "Loving doesn't mean hell. If others are getting hurt because of us being together, then such love is not called love. Look, it's the same today. I love you, that's why you have been wandering for 1,500 years. Maybe this curse of ours is connected to my heart. I had forgotten this love, but in this birth I remembered our love again, and since then all the problems have started. So now we both cannot live together." Then she starts to leave, so Doha goes after her and says, "I thought that if I killed you, my curse would be broken. But I was wrong. My soul is still stuck here because I wanted to know why you killed me, because you have loved me from the beginning. Now we can be together again." In the next scene, Yeseol comes in front of Rita. Rita asks, "Are you okay?" Then she smiles strangely at Rita and pushes her in front of a truck. Then we are shown a hospital scene, where Rita is crying very loudly. Actually, before Rita came in front of the truck, Rita's friend removes her and comes in front of the truck, due to which she has an accident. So Rita cries and says, "Everyone is in trouble because of me." On the other side, Mr. Seok comes to Mr. Ko's car and says, "You deliver a message of mine to Junho that his father will meet him very soon." There, Doha goes to the police station to meet Yeseol, where Yeseol tells Doha, "I don't remember at all why I did such a thing." Then Doha asks if by chance you had not met Mr. Seok, to which when Yeseol says, "Yes." Hearing this, Doha understands everything that it means Mr. Seok had taken Yeseol under his control, due to which she was doing this. Then Mr. Ko tells him that yesterday, Mr. Seok had told me to tell you that your father will meet you very soon. Hearing this, Doha understands that this evil spirit is of his stepfather. In the next scene, we see Rita, who is sitting near a tree and crying very badly. Just then, Rita suddenly remembers, just like the bracelet I had, my dad had one made for himself so that I could wear that bracelet without embarrassment. So she starts digging right there and takes out a box, in which were all her father's things. And just then, she also finds that bracelet. Just then, Mr. Seok also comes there and asks her, "Now you will recognize me who I am?" Then she says, "Yes, you are Doha's stepfather." Then Mr. Seok tries to kill Rita, but this time he cannot kill her because of that bracelet. So he started saying, "How did this get back to her?" There, Rita is happy that now she is safe. So Mr. Seok tells Rita, "There is no point in you living in this world, because as long as you are alive, the people around you will keep dying. Like your father, my son." Then Tai was killed, and now Minho and your friend's life is in danger. In the next scene, we are shown that Doha comes to meet his stepfather. He asks them that, "I did so much to be your son from the beginning, but why do you hate me so much?" Mr. Seok say a lot of negative things to Doha about Rita. Hearing this, Doha grabs his throat, due to which he says, "You should leave me and pay attention to Rita, because she is going to take her own life." In the next scene, Rita, after spending some time with her friend, comes near the Han River to commit suicide, because now she has also understood that as long as she is alive, the people around her will keep dying. Just then, Doha comes there, who back hugs Rita and stop her from committing suicide, telling her that, "I still like Rita very much, so please, Rita, don't do this." Rita gets very emotional from Doha's words that he still likes her so much, so she finally agrees after much persuasion from Doha. Then Doha, after looking at Rita very lovingly, kisses her. Rita is also happy. Now they both have finally entered into an official love relationship. In the next scene, Mr. Seok, in the hospital, takes a nurse under his control and has the manager informed that Mr. Minho's condition is critical. So when Rita comes to the hospital, she sees Mr. Seok there, who was about to kill Minho. But Rita quickly comes to Minho and puts her bracelet forward. Then she puts her bracelet on Mr. Minho and starts running from there, saying that, "Your fight is with me, right? So please don't do anything to Mr. Minho." Just then, Doha also comes from the front. He says, "I am in this world because I have to protect Rita. From you, because she took your life, and if you are not able to kill her before she completes 30 years, then due to the curse being broken, you will be gone from the world forever." Hearing this, Mr. Seok laughs and says that, "Oh, okay, so you have found out the truth? Then you must have also found out that as soon as my curse breaks, you will also disappear from this world, because you are here only to protect Rita." Then Doha says, "Yes, I know. So now I will protect Rita until she turns 31, because only then you will die in agony because of your desire not being fulfilled." On the other side, Mr. Seok came back to the hospital to kill Minho. Then it is found out that he is not here, because the manager has taken Minho with him from here, whose ambulance Mr. Seok follows. Next, we are shown that Doha was explaining everything to Rita, that if we have to break this curse, which is between you and my stepfather, then for this, you will have to hide from my stepfather until you turn 30. On the day of your birthday at 12 o'clock at night, Mr. Seok will disappear from this world forever, and the curse will end. Hearing this, Rita agrees. In the next scene, we are shown Doha and Rita together, where Rita is laughing while reading something, so Doha also comes close to Rita. In the next scene, it is shown that all these days pass. Today is Rita's 30th birthday, so they come to the market and buy birthday things, and also enjoy street food, which they like very much. Then Rita starts insisting to Doha to buy her these rings as a birthday gift, so Doha buys them and gives them to her. They both wear the rings and click photos. That is, they are enjoying every moment like a normal couple. But just then Mr. Seok sees them both. Then the house scene is shown, where there was still a lot of time for 12 o'clock, so everyone is sitting and waiting for 12 o'clock, because only then will Rita cut the cake and end the curse. But suddenly the lights of the house go out and everyone sees Mr. Seok, who starts breaking the door. Doha tells Rita to take the manager and Doyoon and leave from here. "I will stop my father." Just then Mr. Seok comes inside the house. First he breaks the cake and then starts fighting with Doha. Doha also doesn't give up, fights equally, but the manager who is taking Rita and Doyoon through the back way, Mr. Seok attacks him, due to which he faints. Doha, seeing the opportunity, attacks Mr. Seok, but it doesn't affect him. He says, "I don't have enough time to waste on you," and pushes Doha, due to which the chandelier falls on Doha and he faints. Now Rita and Da-yoon have come out with a manager, but by mistake, they forget the car keys inside the house. So Rita goes to get the keys. Just then, Da-yoon feels as if someone is coming towards them, so she takes the manager and hides behind the car. Suddenly, she sees someone and screams loudly. Her scream is heard by both Rita and Doha. That person is Mr. Minho, who explains to Da-yoon not to be scared seeing me and puts the manager in the car and tells Da-yoon to leave from here, Da-yoon says. But Rita hasn't come yet, so Mr. Minho says that he will definitely bring Rita. So Da-yoon takes the manager and leaves. There, when Rita starts to come back to Da-yoon, she hears Mr. Seok's voice, so she goes towards the jungle and hides. But Mr. Seok finds her, and just as he is about to kill her, Mr. Minho comes in front of Rita with the bracelet, which saves Rita. But Mr. Minho falls far away and the bracelet breaks. Mr. Seok is happy that the bracelet finally broke. He gets up to kill Rita, but Mr. Minho attacks him again and tells Rita to run from here. So Rita runs away. Mr. Seok finds Rita and is about to attack her, but Doha comes in between and the weapon hits Doha. Doha throws Mr. Seok far away with force, so he says, "Why are you saving this girl's life? When you know if I don't kill her, you will also disappear from this world along with me." Hearing this, Rita is shocked. Doha says, "I have protected you for 1,500 years because I was in this world to protect you. But now I have to make a final decision. I hope you will support me." Hearing this, Rita cries and says, "No, you can't do this. You said you would not leave me and go anywhere." Doha says the time is up. Now we have to say goodbye. Rita doesn't agree because she doesn't want Doha to be away from her. Then Mr. Seok says, "See, this girl is the reason for your death." Doha in anger grabs them and throws them on a tree. The tree branch goes through their body. Mr. Seok says Rita was born because my revenge was not complete. Doha says no. All this was repeating because you were not killed by my hands in the past life, and he pushes Mr. Seok's body deeper into the tree, due to which he dies. From above, it has been 12 o'clock, Rita has turned 30, the evil spirit comes out of Mr. Seok's body and disappears forever. That is, the curse ends. Now Doha starts to weaken. Because this is also his last time, Rita cries and comes to him. Doha says, "Please don't cry. Don't cry, even after I leave. I am grateful that we met again and lived good moments. I was a living corpse anyway, but you taught me to live. I am not blaming you for anything, but thanks for coming into my life." Hearing this, Rita cries even more, and Doha closes his eyes saying that after 1,500 years today, I was finally able to sleep. Then we see Doha's soul coming out of Junho's body, and seeing all this becomes even more difficult for Rita. Doha is leaving her forever. Poor Rita can't do anything, just remembers the moments that passed between the two of them, how they met, and how Doha always protected her. But even after doing so much in the end, they both separate. That's why Rita just keeps crying in the present. Next, we see that Rita is admitted to the hospital. As soon as she opens her eyes, her friend Da-yoon tells her that Mr. Minho and the manager are both preparing for Junho's funeral. Hearing this, she becomes sad. There, Minho, who was with the manager, just then they find out that once again Junho's body has disappeared from his room. Hearing this, both are shocked. And just then, Junho comes there. Seeing him, both of them are shocked. Da-yoon tells Rita about this, so Rita immediately runs there and straight away hugs Junho, saying that, "Thank you so much for coming back. I can't tell you how happy I am." Hearing this, Doha pushes Rita back and asks in surprise, "Who you are? Have we met before?" Hearing this, Rita is shocked. Actually, it is not Doha, but Junho, who has come back into Junho's body, who doesn't remember a single memory of Doha. In the next scene, it is shown that Minho was explaining to Rita to give Junho some time. If he remembers anything, I will make him talk to you. Hearing this, Rita agrees, and is also happy that Mr. Minho has found his brother. Then we see a year later that Junho has come in front of the media. For the first time, the media people insist that he please say a dialogue. So hearing this, as soon as Junho speaks in Doha's tone, everyone starts clapping for him. But the manager gets confused and later asks Junho why you were so serious today. You don't talk like this. Hearing this, Junho says that yes, I am also confused about how I spoke like that. It felt as if I was not myself. Actually, Minho and the manager have hidden all of Doha's things from Junho. How Doha's soul had entered Junho, which had changed him. When Minho comes, Junho asks him that, "Brother, is there something that you people are hiding from me? I am confused about how Tai died, when Yeseol went to jail, and who is this Rita whose name comes up repeatedly in my dreams?" Hearing this, both are surprised and ask if you are remembering anything, to which Junho says no, that's why I'm asking you. Hearing this, both become quiet. There, Rita is shown, who has now become the confident Rita she was before. She says that I have come back to my work, and I enjoy with Da-yoon in my free time. Now I have learned to live like before. There, Junho, who is practicing dialogues in his house, finds a box in which there are photos of Doha and Rita. He is surprised to see those photos and asks his brother who this girl is, and why does it feel like we were very close before Minho says that this girl is Rita, your bodyguard, who had saved you when you had drowned in the Han River. Junho says, if I am alive today, it is only because of this girl. I want to meet her and say thank you. There, Rita, who is still looking at the same rings which Doha had bought for her, she starts crying again, seeing them. Actually, she has not forgotten Doha. She still misses him a lot. The next day, Junho comes to meet Rita. As soon as he says, hi, Rita starts crying hearing his voice. She remembers Doha. Junho asks, why are you not turning? Then Rita turns and says, hi. Junho says that my brother told me that you had helped me a lot, saved my life, stopped me from giving up, so wherever I am today, it is only because of you, and I am sorry that I have forgotten all our memories, but I am sure that we must have enjoyed a lot in the past. That's why I have so many photos of us both. Rita says, yes, this is true. I have been your bodyguard and was a big fan too. That's why we had clicked those photos. Your health was not good before, so I used to take care of you. Now I am happy to see you fit. As soon as she starts to leave, Junho stops her and says that when my brother told me about you, I became curious. Your name comes up repeatedly in my dreams, but now I don't want to ask you anything, because I feel that I should leave the past and focus on the future. What do you think? Rita says that I am happy that you want to move forward. I have also moved forward in my life. Good luck for your future. As soon as she starts to leave again, Junho stops her and gives her a letter, says that I found this with my old pics. I don't remember when I wrote this, but it seems that it is for you, so I want to give this to you. Rita immediately takes the letter because she understands that Doha must have written it. Junho says, bye, and leaves. So Rita takes the letter and goes near the Han River and reads it. In the letter, Doha writes that, don't be sad after losing me. Don't lose courage. I know that you will be angry with me, but I had no other way. I wanted to be with you, but if I had done so, I would have put you in trouble again, and I don't want you to live in fear, so it is right for us both to be separated. Then he comes to Rita and lies down, looks at her with love. As soon as Rita wakes up, they both kiss each other and say good morning. In the present, Rita starts crying again and says that this is not a goodbye, but a motivation for me. I will not let your sacrifice go to waste, but will live as you wanted, because I got this life because of you, for which I am thankful. Rita comes back home. Her friends are already there, because today is her 31st birthday. She enjoys it with great happiness. Then, the flight scene is shown. Rita's job has been transferred. She is going while reading her friends' good wishes. As soon as she sleeps, she has a dream of Doha, the same scene when Rita had killed Doha. At first, she gets emotional and says that this time, I will not make the same mistake that I made in the past. Doha says, I was missing you a lot, and they both hug each other and say, I love you. Then suddenly 3 arrows come, which were about to hit Rita, but Doha comes in between and they hit him. 1 arrow hits Rita too, meaning both are about to die, but both are happy that they will die together. They both say goodbye to each other and promise that we will definitely meet in the next life. Then time fast forwards. In the future, a girl who looks exactly like Rita is taking photos of the same old place. As she is about to fall, a boy who looks exactly like Doha saves her. The girl says, thanks, I was taking photos of the moon. That's why my foot slipped. The boy says, where is the moon? During the day. So the girl shows him a faint moon and says, there is a moon during the day too. It's just not visible, but it keeps an eye on us. Hearing this, the boy smiles, meaning they both have been reborn, and this time there is no curse on them. They both look at each other with love, meaning in the future they will definitely become a couple. And with this happy ending, this drama ends here.